Let's take the big boys off the line, shall we? Last week in Kamloops, it was Kevin Benoit that rode the distributing hole shot, and he took off with the big lead. But the moto was about Epstein. 3 big passes. Benoit goes down. Epstein wins the first moto. Second moto, it's the Triple Crown for Benoit. Fasciotti was leading, but he went down. Purcell goes inside on Gerke to take the lead, and then Vigneault goes inside on Gorks. Purcell takes the overall 3-1 moto scores. Welcome to round 2 of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This week, a brand new track on the circuit, the Blackwater MX track just outside of Prince George, British Columbia, and today's racing action will be presented by Motovan.com. MX1 pilots out of the gate making their selections based on qualifying time, concrete start, huge uphill, great crowd. This place is going to be awesome today, Babs.
You got that right, Trav. To the Yamaha leaderboard after 1 of 10 rounds. Christophe Purcell, the Frenchman, leading the charge ahead of Epstein. Medaglia right there. Fasciotti and Gerke are tied. Kevin Benoit will not be racing due to that ankle injury. Then it's Chisholm, Alessi Clayson, and Keelan Meston in 10th.
Okay, Brian, with the MX1 pilots out on parade, let's talk about this Blackwater MX track. Of course, new for the National Series. Great spectator venue. Lots of different soil opportunities out there. Elevation, it's got it all.
Carved right in the side of this little mountainside. This elevation way steeper than the images depict. Huge up and down hills, and with these downhills creates huge braking bumps. It's going to be really rough. We saw a lot of riders go over the bars in time qualifying when they were pushing their fast laps. This track will take prisoners, and it is thrilling for both the fans and the riders. All the riders get it full marks, 2 thumbs up.
Big sweeping corners and then some tight stuff down below, so lots of opportunities to make passes out there. Crowd is settling in and we're getting ready to race, but that only means one thing. Oh my goodness, it must be time to get ourselves organized, shall we? 3 Rockstar beauties, they're gonna get the races started. Next. Welcome back to the Blackwater MX track in Prince George, British Columbia, home of the second round of the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Costa ready to deliver a little bit of premier class MX1 action here on TSN. Fab's 30 board is up, and we are just about ready to drop the gate. This first MX1 moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. We talked about the concrete start, Fabs. Tires up the temperature.
Yeah, a lot of riders like the dirt start. The concrete starts are banned in the US, but here they got a little extra concrete on the other side of the starting line. The gate is down, Trav. Who's gonna get that Royal Distributing? Oh, yeah.
Up this big uphill sweeper, and it looks like it is the number 377 Factory Rockstar Husqvarna. Got Christophe Purcell, our series leader with the points. Oh, the number 5 of Michael Leslie with a great start. Was knifing it on the inside. This track can bite you. It is slippery in places.
And the adrenaline here on the opening laps, the riders really leaving caution to the wind. We saw Leslie just tuck it in there with so much aggression. Love this Dunlop jump at the top of the track. They dive right down into some big sandy rollers and then just pin it up the step up. Check out number 2, Matt Gerke right there. And it's the Huber Motorsport rider, Kyle Chisholm, on that all-black Honda sitting in 4th, challenged by his teammate Medaglia on the outside. Is that Medaglia that made the pass on his teammate?
Nice to see both of those pilots up in the mix. Of course, last week, the number 111 of Kyle Chisholm, he had bronchitis. He was not feeling well. He's a former champion in this country. Great to see him up in the mix, but look at how aggressive the number 2 of Matt Gerke is. Oh, what a cutback for the number 5. Oh, Mike Leslie, but he got stymied. Things happen in motocross in milliseconds, Babs. That's what I love about this sport.
Alessi very defensive there, and then jumped and landed right in a bunch of chop and was rowing the boat there. Almost went over the bars, and here comes Chisholm through the FXR, shooting the Blue Crew semi-arena cross style section. It's so tight up here in the main spectator bowl. That's a pass for Chisholm. Oh, and it opens the door for Vigneault, number 10. Gets right in there. See Alessi playing a little bumper cars with the 111. Opens the door for number 10, Colton Fasciotti on that GDR Honda, 4-time Canadian champion, making good early on.
Great images on the drift action cam over the finish line. Fasciotti got a tepid start, but he made a couple passes to get into this fray. And you're right, when you open the door in those little tight arena crosses, you just got to knife in. That's exactly where Yotes was on the inside. Does he have Chisholm? Yes, he does.
And Colton's riding good. He goes from the outside, just blocks the line of Chisholm. Fasciotti very bossy. He is known for making those kinds of passes to the super slow motion replay of the start. Check out Porcel right there by half a bike length over Michael Lenzi. There's Gerke, Tyler Medaglia, and his teammate 111 gets by. So right now, it's a number 6 just sitting behind the 111.
Coming out of the back section, Fasciati with an issue. Now he's right behind the number 5 of Mike Alessi, who is in 3rd or 4th place. I see Medaglia in there, Epstein. We've got a nice cluster of MX1 pilots early in this moto altogether.
A lot of talent in this class for sure. The number 7 of Cade Clayson, the American from Ohio, who we see in Supercross, qualifying for a good number of main events throughout the 2017 series. It's great to have Cade up here on that Redemption Racing, Jeffrey Holmes, KTM.
Look at Epstein on the inside, taking care of 4-time Canadian champion Colton Fasciati, who seems to have a little bit of mind melt there for a second. Hand up to his goggles, maybe a tear-off issue.
Who knows? There goes the 7 of Clayson, just like that.
Our leader to numbers 377, Christophe Purcell, using that wide line back in the Scott Pine section. Look at how deep and dark and lovely it is back here to the number 2, Matt Gerke, and Chisholm on the inside. A bit Supercrossy on the way out. I love this part of the track. To the number 6 of Medaglia, Alessi, Epstein. Oh my goodness, great battling out here.
Chisholm still suffering the side effects of that bronchitis. Looked very tentative coming into that last roller. We've seen riders pin it down in there. Chisholm's gonna have to step it up because these boys are coming hard. It is Epstein, Medaglia ahead, and then the number 5 of Mike Alessi losing ground in this first moto.
Epstein with that dynamite line on the inside through that Achurby's corner, a huge downhill sweeper. You could go outside, but I like that inside. It's pretty choppy. There's our leader, Christophe Purcell. Mr. Smooth, the crafty Frenchman. Barely looks like he's aggressive out there, Brian, but he's taking care of business, unlike the number 2, Matt Gerke, the manimal.
Gerke is very well versed in rough tracks, taking the outside way. 3rd place rider under pressure from Dylan Epstein. Epstein's such a fast qualifier. Remember, he won the opening moto last weekend in Kamloops, so we know he is for real on that Nut Up Industries Kawasaki.
Look how rough this track is, Brian. You talked about the braking bumps coming down those big downhills, and they are huge. Chisholm on the inside. Look at the speed that Epstein is carrying on that Nut Up Kawasaki, and then we get back to Fat Yotes, who's caught up to the number 5 of Mike Alessi.
It's amazing how Fat Ciotti can make a little adjustment and then just get back into the game and pick guys off. So now he is trying to get back by Alessi through the FXR section, missing a bunch of bumps on the inside, but it's a lot more precise getting in that inner rut. Alessi's got advantage right now.
Corners are tight, and you have to carry speed for sure. If you don't get that inside line, you really got to carry on the outside, and there Fasciati outside to inside makes the pass on Alessi. What a nice one.
Alessi seems to have some great defense, and then it just kind of, I think it really makes the rider behind angry there. He put Colt right to the side of the track. Colt got by right away after that.
Looks like the number 2 Rockstar Yamaha, Matt Gerke, has caught up to the 377 of Christophe Purcell. Right now, without Benoit in the mix, it looks like these are the 2 fastest riders. But how can you forget about Epstein, Fasciati? Oh my goodness, and here comes Yotes on the inside. This class is stacked.
It sure is. Chisholm left the door open there, drifting wide, and Fasciati could have certainly won that second moto last weekend in the loops. He was leading, fell down, and charged all the way up to a strong second. So he's got some skills, boy.
No doubt about it. Back to our lead package and that huge Achurby's downhill. Looks like the number 2 of Matt Gerke might be freight training slightly through here, but this is where the track starts to open up. Gerke on the wide side. Look how rough it is, Brian. Mr. Smooth, the crafty Frenchman, Purcell, looking great on the inside, but Gerke is carrying tons of speed. Does he have him? Oh my goodness, bar to bar. Oh, did you see Purcell push him off the track? I love it.
This is awesome racing for the lead. These guys are dog fighting inside and out. Gerke's got his eyes open. He's back on the inside. Purcell carrying momentum around the outside. This is a great part of the track for passing. Look at these guys, they are just embroiled. Oh, another Meston is stalled. It just makes Gerke take an alternate line, and they're still racing for it, Travis.
Did you see Purcell get on the binders with Meston right in the middle of that corner? Some evasive action from both riders, and I love this little cutbacks line that Purcell's using. High line and then squared up.
But Gerke makes the pass eventually right there. We have a new leader. Here's the replay. Gerke wants it, sees Meston, who's kind of out of the main line and just kind of gets all goofied out there, has to take an alternate line. Purcell dives on the inside. They are neck and neck. Girk on the inside, looks like he could get him, but no, has to wait to the next turn, passes him through the Marin corner down that finish line roller section.
Well, you don't see a lot of tight corners like this on national tracks, but what's interesting about this is this track has tight corners and big wide sweepers, so a little dichotomy in there as we get back to teammates. The number 111 of Kyle Chisholm and the number 6 of Tyler Medaglia on that Huber Motorsports Honda with some support from Royal Distributing and Motovan.
An awesome new team to join the series. Gerke has it in control right now. The Frenchman right there, though, a couple bike lengths back down the FXR chute. We are on the last lap, Travs. Few corners to go. This Yamaha Blue Crew section has created all kinds of passing opportunities throughout the day. Gerke in control. He just needs to hit his marks, and he's going to take the win.
These two are developing quite the relationship on the track. If you think about what we've seen in 3 motos from the two of them, they've been getting together and banging bars, so things setting up nicely for this 2017 championship between these two rock stars. What a moto here at MX1. Fabs, take the Yamaha leaderboard, top 10.
Good job, T. Gerke. We saw that one. Epstein hangs on for third, then it's Colton Fasciati followed by Mike Alessi. A good finish for Mike, then it's Chisholm Medaglia, and then Cade Clayson, Jeremy Medaglia, and Scott Champion.
With the winner of the first MX1 moto here from Prince George, British Columbia, is the number 2 Rockstar Yamaha of Matt Gerke. Matt, a fantastic race for you. You took your time, you found your lines, and made a huge pass on Christel. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was behind him for a while, just slowly gaining on him. For a while I tried to take his lines because he's so darn smooth, but I just couldn't do it. I like to hammer stuff, so then I just went back to my lines and hammered them and made the pass, but we had a good battle going, and it was good.
Finishing third in the first MX1 moto is the nut-up Kawasaki, the 108 of Dylan Epstein. Dylan, the number of passes you made to get into third place was remarkable. You're showing so much speed, so much confidence. Great to have you out here on the track.
Yeah, we're just keeping the steamrolling confidence all the way through, and we're just keeping it going from each week to the next week to the next week, and keeping my head up, even at times if I'm not the fastest guy out there. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know how I got out front that fast, but I got off to a terrible start and just had to work my way through and stay calm.
There's your Royal Distributing hole shot of the first one of the season for the number 377 of Christophe Purcell. Second MX1 moto is right around the corner. This is the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth at the Blackwater MX track as we get ready for MX1 Moto 2. Ooh, that first one was an absolute beauty. We talked about how nicely this track sets up for passing and really good racing. Fans getting a great day here today as we see the 30 board come out to Sir Paul Kingsley. Fabs, this MX1 Moto will be brought to you by Honda Canada. Why don't we ride red?
Good time to earn them red wings. Notice there is some open gates there, Travs. First moto taking prisoners, riders getting hurt, DNFing, and a couple little open gates as we go 5. Rockstar Lauren riders now focusing on the gate.
Getting those tires up to temperature, worrying about wheel spin on this concrete start. Focusing now. The gate is down, Brian. Coming to that first corner. Who's going to get that Royal Distributing hole shot?
Looks like a good jump for the number 5 of Mike Alessi. Monster Energy Kawasaki, he's got it. Looks like the number 8 of Meston right in tow. Then it's Gerke, and oh man, Clayson just bites the dust and rings his bell hard. Sitting about 6th or 7th, Clayson face plant hard. Hopefully he doesn't get mowed by the whole pack storming through.
There could not be a worse place to crash coming off that tabletop into the downhill, so a tough start for Cade Clayson, but a dynamite start for the number 5 of Mike Alessi, the whole shot specialist, then Gerke, and how about Keelan Meston? He has been a bright light so far this season. He earned and deserves that number 8. Purcell on the wide side gets into 4th.
Purcell, let's not forget, a world-class rider, a world champion twice, a U.S. Supercross champion. This guy has been all the headlines coming into 2017, and he is delivering. And remember, he is on a full factory Husqvarna out of the U.S. That bike has a lot of unobtainium on it, so we know his bike rocks. That's going to give him a slight increase.
Fabs, let's go back and look at the start. First, we're going to go on board with the 77 Huber Motorsports Honda of Nathan Bless with the drift action cam coming off the concrete. This huge uphill is absolutely gorgeous. And you see Trombley actually wheeling up there, and then in slow-mo, here comes the number 5, Mikey.
Good jump there, and look at Meston second out of the hole. Rest of the boys funneling through, and a good start for Bless as well. He's always right in the mix on that black Honda Huber Motorsports. Pillars Fine Food, they got Motovan and Royal Distributing helping them out. But now the lead back again. It is the number 5 of Mike Alessi. But it is Gerke that has been just applying the gentle but firm pressure.
Very pressure, massaging his way up to the lead. I really like seeing Mike Alessi in the lead because it's been a while since he's been healthy, and it is dynamite to see him leading races.
This is just eye candy. Look at the boys step up and just butter it as they turn into that tabletop. But right here, it takes the large kuyangas in the braking zone, all those big bumps. And these guys are rough and tumble athletes. These guys play for keeps, and when you hit the dirt, it hurts 9 out of 10 times.
I don't think I've ever seen Matt Gerke ride with this much tenacity. He is all over the bike and all over the track. Does he have it on the inside? Oh, unless he just puts him to the side. And that's the exact same spot where those two got together in the first moto.
That's just like a replay of the first moto, and Gerke gets by quick again.
Wow.
So Mike Alessi lands right in that choppy, snotty stuff. And that double triple into the FXR is causing all kinds of problems as well.
I think Mike's gonna have to check his undering pants because right there, look at, he was sampling and soiling, and then Gerke gets the inside. Mike has to go to that outside line. So.
I think he wanted that middle rut. You see him, his whole body right up into the gas, and he was gonna drop something in the gas tank, it looked like.
To the battle for second place, the number 5 of Mike Alessi and the 377 of Christophe Purcell through one of my favorite parts of the track, off camber. That sweeper FXR, beautiful.
That's what I was talking about, that FXR section. It's a double with a single, so the guys are trying to triple it in practice. Purcell tried it in practice, landed on the third one, almost busted through that FXR banner. All the guys that tried it said, nah, we're just gonna double single, and that's the way it's set up for the day.
You know what's interesting about Purcell compared to Millsaps last year? Millsaps was like the Terminator. He came off the gate and he just destroyed everybody and got into the lead. Purcell is crafty. He takes his time. He has a look at things, bides his time, then looks for opportunities like this one maybe. No, Alessi with good defense.
That GP section leading up to here, Purcell is so gorgeous with the feet on the pegs, but Alessi fighting hard. Whoa. Oh boy, but there goes the 377 gets by. Mike not happy with his setup in round 1. Much happier today. They went back to the drawing board. Now let's look at the suspension. There is so many adjustments on it. Almost infinite possibilities with the clickers, with the internals. So it is a black art, getting that bike dialed in and testing and testing and more testing.
And let's not forget that Mike Alessi injured himself in Supercross, so he is not 100%. He's just getting back on the bike and getting in the groove. Purcell has caught up to Gerke through this tight switchback section. And did I see a hint of red? Yes, I did. The GDR Honda of Colton Bassiotti has made it up on Alessi. He's in 4th, Alessi's in 3rd.
Through the Yamaha Blue Crew Arena Cross section to the Marin Bikes California right-hander. Freight training for now, but Colton has caught up a ton of ground. This little booter here, they got to land up and step on, step off, causing all kinds of trouble for the smaller bikes in MX2, but the big 450 is able to blast through there. I love this. It's that kind of Euro section where the riders gotta keep their feet up on the pegs, and look at Colton sweeping inside, outside, trying to set up Mike for a pass.
Bassiotti is so beautiful to watch on the motorcycle, on the seat, over that big, huge facelifter, and then up the hill. He has so much style in his back pocket, it's everywhere.
And see the front end upsetting here, all these bumps. We saw a ton of riders crash hard there in the qualifying and practice. Now Colton trying to set him up the Dunlop, and Colton just rubs it up there, and looks like he's got it made. Here we lose sight of him just for a split sec. Yeah. Pat Yotes up to step up gracefully into position.
What a gorgeous dropway too, because we saw that on some ENG footage, how they have to launch up of that Dunlop section and then drop into that Scott back section. Last lap, Brian, the number 2 of Matt Gerke is in control in the lead, and this is one of my favorite parts, and he just jumps through that little Euro section. We saw that line for him before, Purcell in second.
Yeah, Gerke, one of the only guys that is jumping those bumps instead of basically riding the rockers. Gerke times it and jumps over them with masterful artistry tracks.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous on the motorcycle. He's riding better than I've ever seen him, I'll be honest with you. And mixing that attack and aggression with gracefulness, that's how you win on a motorcycle.
And Gerke has just been awesome this year. Oh, just wheeling halfway through. He doesn't care. The throttle stays pinned on that big 450 Rockstar Yamaha OTSFF team ride.
This moto is setting up just like the first one did, with Purcell in the lead and Gerke hunting down and passing Purcell. Right now, look at, he's about 2 bike lengths behind him, and we are on our last last lap. So things are starting to get hot here in the final stages of the second MX1 Moto.
Gerke gets a little crossed up down one of my favorite parts of the track. They carry so much speed over the Kawasaki double up here into the Honda left-hander. Gerke has it in control, Travis. Only a few more corners to go, and look at him, the way he wheelies over the bumps, working that Yamaha. Suspensions are getting hot right now. Riders are starting to get exhausted. Let's face it, these are 30-minute plus 2-lap motos, so even the fittest of athlete is feeling the effects.
And this will be a big thing for Gerke, though. If he wins this moto and gets the clean sweep, that's a big statement, because last weekend I don't think he was happy with his performance. And there's Purcell doubling in to the sweeper section, Brian, turning up the temperature. Purcell on the wide side. Here they come, bar to bar, Brian, through the blue crucifix. Oh, contact!
Purcell threw it in that right-hander with so much aggression. One more corner to go. There's a lapper there. Fowler gets out of the way. Looks like Gerke's going to take the win, but here comes Purcell onto the step-on, step-off. Looks like we have a photo finish, and it looks like Purcell has taken it by half a knobby. What a finish! Moto number 2. Welcome back to the Blackwater MX track in Prince George. There's our hole shot specialist, Alessi. What a moto. Travs take the Yamaha leaderboard.
Okay, what a beauty it was. Let's go down to Epstein in 3rd. Fasciotti, Medaglia, Alessi, Chisholm. Kay Clayson comes all the way back to 8th. Meston and Nathan Bless take it Babs.
Christoph, you had the crowd on their feet. Man, oh man, you saved it down to the 3 corners to go. Did you plan that, or was that something that just happened? You look like a very methodical race for you.
I mean, you always try, you know. I mean, making a pass like this is pretty amazing, but Matt was riding amazing. I mean, I was behind him, I was pushing. He was doing well. Gotta give it up to the guy. I mean, the speed that they have here up here is pretty amazing. I think a lot of people would be surprised. I mean, they're very fast on those tracks for sure. So yeah, I was pushing him. I mean, on the last few laps, I saw that he was getting a little bit tired and making a couple of mistakes, and I just find a way of trying to find different lines. And I mean, it was quite the last lap. So it was pretty amazing.
Here in Prince George, nailed down a solid 3rd. You've had to work hard in every single moto here this year.
Yeah, I actually felt a little bit better last week, but you know, also felt good here. Got a good qualifying time, which normally I'm, you know, not so good. So got off to a good start today, and first moto just kind of had a little bit of bad luck, put her down in the corner there, and ran through some banners. But charged back hard, and I got a 4th that moto, so I was happy with that. And second moto, kind of just rode by myself the whole moto. Really, I got a not very good start, and just kind of picked off a few guys and did what I had to. And just happy to be up on the box and show some love to the whole Honda Canada GDR Fox Racing team. They've been working hard, so it's good to show a little bit of love to them.
To our series points, after 2 of 10, Purcell now has the red plate. Gerke, Epstein, there's your top 3. Medaglia with a quiet afternoon, now in 5th, but let's go down in 9th. Keelan Meston doing a great job, and Nathan Bless in the top 10.
Nice job, G-Unit. Top 3 on the day. Purcell, Gerke, Fasciotti. Remember to like us on Facebook and go to mxnationals.ca.
You have been watching the 2017 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. For Brian Coster, I'm Mark Travers. Get ready for a little champagne, French style. Well done, Christophe.